So, I'd like to say good morning to everyone. So happy that you have joined us this morning. And happy Mother's Day to all of those who are actual mothers, who are the actual mothers of four-legged persons, and all of you who feel like mothers no matter what. We appreciate that. So let us begin this morning by affirming that God, omnipresent, is the only presence and the only power in our lives, and that we all live, move, and have our being in God, and that we are always surrounded by the peace of God, the joy of God, and the love of God. And all is well. And we affirm together, and so it is. So let's stand and sing our first song, which is He's Got the Whole World. Okay. Thank you for singing such a rousing chorus. Everybody knows that song. That's fabulous. So, we have our guest musician, Rebecca Hall, with her beautiful silver flute. And our house musician, Rick Milan, is with us as well. We ask that you please put your phones on silent during the service. We would appreciate that. So this morning I have a Bible verse for you. Well, no, actually I don't. I have an inspirational reading. This is from one of my favorite authors, Emmett Fox. There is no difficulty that enough love will not conquer. No disease that enough love will not heal. No door that enough love will not open. No gulf that enough love will not bridge. No wall that enough love will not throw down. No sin that enough love will not redeem. It makes no difference how deeply seated be the trouble, how hopeless the outlook, how muddled the tangle, how great the mistake. A sufficient realization of love will solve it all. Now, if we could just remember that, just that little piece right there. Okay, so let's say our divine science statement of being, which is right up there, as you all know. So let's say it together. God is all, both invisible and visible. One presence, one mind, one power is all. This one that is all is perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. I am the individualized expression of God, and am ever one with this perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. Rebecca.
Hold on, Rebecca.
She's wearing multiple hats today.
All right, let's see.
So now is the time for our healing meditation. So before we begin to have our own personal meditation, I would like for us to pray for others. I'm holding our Valley Community Prayer Basket right here. And the names that are in this basket, we probably don't even know who they are, but it doesn't matter because God knows. God knows whose names are in this basket on our list. And whether you put somebody's name in the basket or not, it doesn't matter because right now, I invite you to bring to mind anyone and everyone who needs something extra today. And I want you to think of them. I want you to hold them in your heart and mind. As we steadfastly hold the truth that each one of them is a child of God, made in God's image, and that God, omnipresent, is one with them as health, protection, security, abundance, love, wisdom. And right now we want to see them as God sees them. And the only way that God can see them is as whole, in total wholeness, because God does not see anything that might be wrong with any of us. Even if it appears outwardly to us to be a problem, God does not see any of that. God sees us. God sees them as whole, loved and loving with the full potential for joy, harmony, and peace. So we want to place each one into the care and keeping of God within our own consciousness. And we will hold that space of wholeness for them. And we will know right now in this moment that all is well. And now keeping your eyes closed, let's take a cleansing breath. Just let it out. I invite you to let go of your burdens and your joys. Just let everything go. And I invite you to be here now. In our mind, we can be anywhere in the universe. But I ask that you be here right now. Check your face. Make sure that you're not having any stressful jaw movements and that you're just relaxed in your neck and your shoulders. Throughout your whole body, you are relaxing. You can even think of yourself as your whole body just being so soft it's in a puddle on the floor right now. That's how relaxed you are. Let's take another deep cleansing breath. Like a cloak, God's love is wrapped around me. Like a warm garment, that divine love shelters me from any of life's storms that I feel like I am experiencing right now. But that divine love is holding me. I feel and know that an almighty love envelops me in its close embrace. Breathe. I am renewed and refreshed by divine love, which is ever present as a presence within me. I allow my soul to be filled with this love that I know I am a part of. I am already filled with this divine love, but sometimes I forget So right now I'm open and receptive to that. I'm surrounded. And so this love warms and lightens everything I touch because I am love. I am still and receptive to this divine love right now. The presence within beckons. Come unto me, and I will make all your burdens light. So let us abide within at the still point where we are lifted up. The Father within says, I will never leave you nor forsake you. Love has made a home in you. You have nothing to fear, for I am with you always. And we give thanks for this time to go within. Amen. So while we were in this quiet space, let us pray the Aramaic translation of the Lord's Prayer together. Our Father, who is everywhere, your name is sacred. Your kingdom is come. Your will is throughout the earth, even as it is throughout the universe. You give us our needful bread from day to day, and you forgive our offenses, even as we forgive our offenders. And you let us not enter into materialism, but you separate us from error, because yours are the kingdom, the power, and the song, and praise from all ages, throughout all ages, sealed in faith, trust, and truth. And we all say, Amen. Thank you, Jan. You're welcome. Are you a Charlie Brown philosopher? Jesus said, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. We take this very seriously because everybody wants freedom. Maybe you want freedom from a certain job or from a certain relationship or free from any kind of limitation. People want to be free from something. But what about the idea of being free to be something? The freedom to be what we were created to be. The freedom for us to be able to reach our full potential. So let us consider this morning that our greatest freedom is the freedom to love. So a person might feel that, well, how can I have the freedom to love when I don't have any love? I would like to suggest to you that many of us have been conditioned to believe that love is a commodity that is given and received. Many of us feel that we may not have received much love, so how can we give it away? It's like we think that love's a resource that is a result of people praising us, loving us, being kind to us. And then we build up a love reserve because all those people were giving us love. And now we feel like we can draw upon that reserve in order to love others. A person who feels like they have lived a loveless life feels that, well, I don't have any love to give. From early on, however, I think each one of us has gotten a growing sense that our prosperity, our happiness, and our health depends on the world around us. We learn to live from the outside in. The tone of our lives is based on the outside world. We become other-directed. We live a life at the circumference of our life, everything around us out there, and not from the center out. There are many words in the English language that describe our state of personal fulfillment. Words like joyful, peaceful, cheerful, blissful, grateful, successful. Well, why not loveful? I am a loveful person. I am full of the power of love. Now, I'm not talking about love as an emotional state nor a sensual experience. I am talking about love from the highest point of view. Love is the action of a totally transcendent power and process within you. It's already here. It already exists. In Genesis, it says, in the beginning, God. In John, it says, God is love. So the word, capital W, word, is love. So let's just change Genesis right here, right now. In the beginning, love. And love was with God. And love was God. We are created in and of love. No matter how far from the center of our being, out into the circumference of our everyday life, we are still always rooted and grounded in the allness of love, whether we feel it or sense it or not. Consider this. Wherever God is at all, the whole of God must be. And because God is omnipresent, the whole of God's love must be present at every point in space. You've heard me use this phrase, at every point in space. I love it. Because you are a point in space. I am a point in space. We are all a point in space. No matter where we travel and where our body happens to be, we are a point in space. There are no God empty spots. So that means there are no love empty spots. Whether we perceive it or not, love is there. Love is right here. Now, I realize this is quite different from our usual thinking about love. God is not really to be contacted out there as far as each individual person is concerned. For God, love, is present in its entirety at every point where you are. You are always in the presence of an infinite and eternal love energy, from which all things flow. So, here's the thing. It is not the absence of love that is the human dilemma. It's the frustration of love that is our dilemma. Because there is no absence of love. It is always right where we are. I think you'll agree with me that love is probably a very misunderstood word. We use it all the time. I give love, I have love, I'm loveless, I love you, I don't love you. We think of it as a specific thing that we give to someone and they give to us. Now, there are romantic myths about falling in love across a crowded room. Love is not, I want you to hear this, this is really important. The first time I read it, I was like, what? Love is not something you want to fall into. Because if you fall in love, you can just as easily fall out. So, let's look at love as an action of cosmic law. Let's contemplate it from the highest point of view. So love is the depth potential in every person. So here, I'm going to tell you about a very peculiar plant that grows in South America. It's very similar to the tumbleweed that is you see tumbling in the Midwest. I've never personally seen one, but they say they exist. So in South America, there is this tumbly looking thing, and what it does is it tumbles along, and as soon as it finds a wet spot, its roots immediately go down. It turns green. It's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. And then when the soil becomes too dry, it pulls up its roots, goes brown, and tumbles along to find another moist spot. Sends down its roots, actually turns a beautiful green, and then when it dries up, it pulls up its roots, and it just tumbles along until it finds another moist spot. This happens over and over again. So this plant never becomes really more than a bundle of dead roots and dry leaves. Unfortunately, this is very much like people going from relationship to relationship. And they become a bundle of unfulfillment. We have experienced love that is emotional, love that has the desire to possess, involving jealousy and hurt, and ultimately the fear of rejection. The cosmic energy that is love is not that I just described. You do not give me love, nor do I give you love. You can only be loving. Our very vibration is love. If I am being loving, I am releasing the flow of love from within. And if I am being unloving, I am frustrating this love from within. We do not love because we are loved, and only if we are loved. God is love within us. And we are a focus of love being us. We are God's focus of being love. Love always flows from within to the degree that we let it. We have to be aware that it's there. You can love because God, the totality of love, is the source of love within you. You are always loved and always supported. Whether we feel that or not, that is the truth of us. I am always loved and always supported by the love that I am. Let's say that together. I am always loved and always supported by the love that I am. So we can actually say we are always in love. I'm in love. We didn't fall there. We're never going to fall out of there. Ever. It can't happen. We can't do that. It's impossible. Because it is our milieu. It is like the air that we breathe, like a fish in water. Its milieu is the water. It doesn't go looking for the water. Where is this great mystical thing called water? I don't know what it is. Where is it? As he's breathing water through his gills. So, just like we breathe air, love is right there. So love is the reality that we either frustrate or that we express. Jesus said in Matthew 5, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. What? That sounds terrible. He just meant to stop resisting and start loving. And you may say, well, I can't love that person. I tried and tried. I just can't do it. Well, to try to love somebody is not love. Love is not trying. It is being. Well, that was a very Yoda-like sentence, wasn't it? There is no try, there is only do, right? Love is not trying, it is being. It is not creating a facade of acceptance. You're not pretending. It is letting go and giving way to the concentric flow. The great philosopher Charlie Brown said, I love all of mankind. It's people I can't stand. Well, I think sometimes we feel that way. We really do. At different times in our lives. How can I love these people? I don't even like them. Okay, This is really interesting. Love is not the intensive of the verb to like. You don't like a person, like a person, like a person, like a person, like in what, 5th grade? Joe's back there smiling, really big. Okay, so you don't like them, then you like them a little more, and now you love them. This is just a different perspective on what is love. So you're not liking them, then all of a sudden you love them. No, because love is already there. That might be hard to believe. But remember, we are talking about love from the highest perspective. So love is a willingness to let God's love flow through you into the direction of your involvement. Your work, your coworkers, your family, a loved one. You're just going to let it flow. Now, modern psychology says that man's greatest need is to be loved. So, if nobody loves me, then that means I'm unlovable. I might as well go into the garden and eat worms. I'm so unlovable. We say that our greatest need is not to be loved, but to love. The freedom to love. We have supposed that maybe our life lacks love because we have not been loved. Unity minister Eric Butterworth tells a story of a young girl who lives in an orphanage, and she always got in trouble. And then one night she's seen going out the front gates, and she goes and puts something in a nearby tree. So the director saw this, so she goes downstairs, goes out, she finds a note in the tree on a little piece of paper. She opens it up, and it says, "To anybody who finds this, I love you." There is a need in each of us to give, to reach out, to radiate the love that we are. It's naturally within us. Now, as a child, you might have experienced what you would say was an unloving upbringing. And it indeed felt bad. It was definitely conditional love. But now, you are an adult. And the power is now. So you can choose to know the truth about yourself. You are love walking around on 2 feet. And you can give up any childhood notions. Because right now, in your life, at this moment, you are love. If we were not made of love, how could we yearn to express it like that little girl? We cannot be whole. We cannot be healthy. We cannot be the person we were meant to be unless we are in tune with the flow of love from within. Well, if we're not feeling it, how do we begin? How do we do that? Well, here's the thing. We love others through first loving ourselves. Oh, nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that. However, you cannot really know and love another person unless until you know and love yourself. This is not a selfish, self-centered idea that I'm talking about. Although you do know selfish and self-centered people. Everybody knows somebody like that. But that's not what I'm talking about. Because loving yourself means that you know that you are an individualized expression of God, and you are rejoicing in that, because that is who you are. You can be loving, which will create an environment around yourself in which others find it easy to radiate and express love, so now they are being loving towards you. We attract it by letting it flow. Love is a process through which you can touch and express your own deeper nature. Love is the action of divine law. It is the action of God in you. Now, not like a raisin is in a muffin. You know, you can see the raisin. It's in the muffin. You can see the button. It's in the jar. I am talking about within consciousness. Is not a thing inside your consciousness. It is within. As far as finding the right partner in life, you don't need to find the right person. Now, this is going to be a very Zen idea. You have to be the right person. And then you will attract the right person to you. So basically it means be the one you want. When you love yourself, you are secure and you are within dependent. Within, with a capital W, within dependent. You are not independent, you are not dependent. You are within dependent, which means that when your spiritual life and your relationship with God is the first thing in your life, everything falls in place. If you do not love yourself, you are not centered in the reality of yourself, which is love. You are not letting yourself be love. I'm not saying allowing yourself to be love is easy at all. I'm not saying that. That is not what I'm talking about here. It is just some ideas about how we can maybe look at love a little differently. Perhaps you are dependent for security on whether some other person acts lovingly toward you. So what I would suggest that we don't want the world at the circumference of our lives try to squeeze us into some box or mold. But let God remold you from within. And in the words of Meister Eckhart, he said, let God be God in you. The Russian author, Dostoevsky, wrote this. Love all of God's creation, the whole and every grain of sand in it. Love every leaf, every ray of God's light. Love the animals, love the plants, love everything. If you love everything, you'll perceive the divine mystery of things. Once you perceive it, you'll begin to comprehend it better every day. And you will come at last to love the whole world with an all-embracing love. This calls us to be conscious of what we are thinking and change our thinking if it's anything other than from a loving perspective. And yes, I know that's a tall order. If you do this, you can philosophize right along with Charlie Brown. And you can say, I love all of mankind. And you can add to that, I love all people as I love myself. I think that's a cut above the Charlie Brown philosophy. So let's be still for just a moment. Let us get the sense that all people are wonderful, beautiful, and loveful. We choose right now to practice looking through people, to the heart of them, to the soul of them, to the love that is within them. We salute the divinity within them, and we celebrate love as the one great reality of all, that we live, move, and have our being in love in God. And so we can say to ourselves right now, I am loving to everyone I meet today, for life is for loving. I am the very activity of love. And I affirm that I am alive and loveful as long as I live. And we all affirm together, and so it is. Amen. And Rebecca. Beautiful. So, now is the time, here we have it, for the blessing of the gifts. Your gifts of time, talent, and treasure are always appreciated. Actually, wherever you give, in your community, in your friends, your church, anywhere. This is our time to actually say that we give thanks. So, let us say the blessing of the gifts together. Today, I acknowledge God, omnipresent, as the source of all good, as the source of my good. With this acknowledgement, I accept God's will, which is abundance in every aspect of my life. I release all thoughts of lack and limitation, and I am open and receptive to the increased flow of abundance to me right now. I joyfully accept the gifts of life and give freely of the special gift that I am. Through me, God omnipresent blesses and multiplies this gift for all. Thank you, dear God. And now Jan will do the announcements.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers and people and animals and even fathers that are mothers and whatever. So I hope everybody has a wonderful day. First off, I want to thank the people that came out yesterday and helped with the other work day that we had, Rick and Pam and Bobby. Thank you so much, and myself. So we didn't get as much done as we wanted to. First off, we ran out of paint. Secondly, we didn't get enough paint to paint the gazebo. We haven't decided on that yet. So anyhow, we will have another work day coming up. I'll have to figure that out as soon as I get the paint in. So we'll get it all done, but it is looking better. So thank you all for coming out and helping. I really do appreciate it. And thank you, Jory, for fixing my lights and everything again that you do. And for the ones of you that have not noticed the sign, again, I want to mention that the sign looks wonderful out there. And thanks to Martha and Jerry. They did a fantastic job. They worked hard on it for months, and so I'm very grateful. And so you get the opportunity to see both of them or talk to them, please let them know how much that you appreciate the new sign. I even had a friend of mine that I work with that lives over in this neighborhood somewhere. She said, "Did y'all get a sign?" I said, "Well, we've had one for quite a while." She said, "Well, it looks brand new." I said, so I explained to her what happened. So they noticed it right off the bat. The first day that she came by here that we had a sign. So anyhow, just so that it looks really good. So thank you all for that. The flowers today are sponsored by Jerry for his anniversary. I'm not going to say how many, but anyhow.
I'll say it. 47.
47.
It's a woman too.
Thank goodness. Oh, hi, Karen. Thank you, Jerry, for doing that. We do appreciate it. Let's see, what else did I have for announcements today? Okay, I wanted to let you know that Ann has decided to step down from the board, so we have a vacancy for the secretary. So if anybody is interested, please let me know. I have to get the ballots out, so I know I have somebody that might be interested that's going to talk to me after church. So anyhow, hopefully that will work out. But anyhow, I do appreciate Ann all the time and the service that you've put in for being on the board. You've done a wonderful job, and I know you'll continue to do a wonderful job, whether you're on the board or not. So thank you so much for doing that. So everybody, please thank Ann for all the service that she's done. So thank you so much. Let's see. I think way back when we was talking about doing the carpet, Bill Hoffman and William Penn had told me that they would do a little concert for us to help raise money to pay for the carpet. So Bill was going to get with me with the dates, and we're going to try to figure out a date as to when we're going to do a concert. So keep that in mind. It'll be a little fundraiser, and I know how much we all enjoy their music. So hopefully they will. We can get it worked out. I know they're busy during the summer, and everybody else is, but we'll get it figured out sooner or later. So just wanted to keep that in mind. And lastly, you've heard me talk about this every week, probably for years, and I'm probably going to keep on talking about it, but everybody in this church is going through a struggle of some kind, and we may not show it, we may not act like it, but everybody is. So people, please watch what you say to people and be kind to them, and just be kind to them, because it's rough out there some days. And I was reminded these past few weeks I've lost some friends. I've had some friends that have gotten sick, and I know that I believe that they got sick because they're carrying grudges and they're holding on to things, because I know from experience that happens. And so you hold on to a grudge and it just eats away at you. So I'm just saying that if you're having a grudge against somebody, take care of it, because you'll feel a whole lot better, because I know I have. So anyhow, that's my word of wisdom for the day. You want this one? Oh, you go to sing, so you put this one. Yeah, turn that one off. So, thank you very much. And thank you, Rebecca, for wonderful music.
Okay, thank you. So, I'd like to ask you to close your eyes, and we're going to pray for the whole world. We're not going to pray for the whole, rest of the world, and then the United States separately. I'm just going to like you to close your eyes and just take this in. We affirm that peace and unity prevail across all barriers of language, color, or creed. We affirm that elected officials in every country on earth serve for the common good of all. We affirm that every heart kindles a desire for equality, respect, and opportunity for all. And we remember that with God, all things are possible. And we all affirm together, and so it is. Okay, well.
Oh, sorry.
Got the song.
Sorry.
That's okay. All right, hold on just a second. I'm also wearing a second hat today. Well, there it is. Let me get the thing. Hold on. It's coming, Rick.
Sorry.
That's okay. Let's go there. It's the first song, so this will be easy. Right here. Stop circling slideshow from current slide. So easy. Thank you. Okay, so let us stand and let's sing this wonderful song that's so beautiful. Forgotten, we are living in the heart of God. Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten. We are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. Morning sun coming through the trees, and green leaves shimmer in the summer breeze. The songbirds singing to the honeybees, living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. After the dazzle of day is done, the moon makes love to the setting sun. The stars come twinkling one by one, living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We sleep in dreams both deep and bright, sailing through the velvet night, rehearsing the soul to the spirit's delight, living in the heart of God. And we are not rehearsing. We are refreshing. Oh, God, I just stumbled right over that. Okay, so now in closing, may the love with which God enfolds us be felt by each one of us today and every day. May we loosen up the tightness around our own heart and engage in loving kindness towards ourselves and others. May we develop an unconditional good heart toward all we encounter. And we all affirm together, and so it is. And happy Mother's Day again. And please come next door for snack and fellowship. Thank you.